the riverfront is, I mean, it's beautiful. I think this community has been a riverfront community forever, but it hasn't felt like that.
The community has been disengaged with this part of the green because I guess there were steel mills down here, so nobody came down here but the workers.
We haven't actually had a chance to be down here and play down here, so being able to see it in its kind of unimproved form really makes you kind of realize what the potential could be.
Since it's became vacant and we've been introduced to it in a different way, that would engage the community to feel like they belong to what's going on down here.
We started working on the riverfront planning effort in March of 2020. And as we moved into summertime, we were able to get out into the field. We were also able to start initiating a public process, really engaging with residents. Then as we got into fall, the engagement really kind of ramped up.
The community engagement is passionate. In my experience, they're very passionate about their community and they're very engaged.
There's a little bit of fear, understandably, because of the potential for gentrification, and we're starting to see seeds of that. But I think there's also a lot of optimism about what could be on the horizon. I think the team that's planning the site has done a good job in trying to get people's feedback, and they've been really responsive to some of the ideas that have come forward.
Some of the really interesting or unique things about the riverfront plan is the floating walkway, which extends literally from the area that we are right now all the way down to the pump house. And it gets a completely different experience for people to be on the water.
And I'm ready for the canoe stuff to happen because I never did canoeing. And then like eatery places and different things of that nature to make it just a trail, like a journey.
One of the most unique aspects of the Hazelwood Riverfront is its sheer length. It's almost 1.5 miles in length. You have the railroads behind us. There's a lot of infrastructure, river terminals, the fleet areas where the coal barges used to be. And a lot of that infrastructure wasn't removed. So it's all intact, and we have the opportunity to interpret, to celebrate that. Whereas a lot of the past riverfront redevelopment projects removed all that. And Hazelwood presents an opportunity to take a completely different approach. Again, this is a place that largely residents of the Hazelwood neighborhood have been cut off for over 100 years to get to the water's edge. So that became an overarching, almost a moral imperative, so to speak, in terms of being able to find access.
Some of that connection is physical, right? It's about the streets. It's about making sure there's a way to get down that's easy and making the site feel accessible to the larger community. But some of it is about the programming, and I think you have to be really intentional about getting people to come down to the site. So engaging, the library to do programming down here, or engaging the Center of Life to have their band down here. Those kinds of things will really draw people to the site and feel like it is part of the community.
And it certainly, from an economic development standpoint, presents an opportunity for the neighborhood to continue to build from. Being able to get not only the residents to the water's edge to enjoy bike riding, walking, cafes, those types of things. Those are all activities that will bring people to the riverfront and into the neighborhood from other areas of the city.
It's a little bit of a double-edged sword, right? So we need more people in the community to get the amenities that the community deserves, right? Like a grocery store. We just don't have enough people to support it right now, but we can't get one until we have more people. So we need that kind of interest, we need that kind of influx of people, but the other side of that is historically, influxes of new people have not led to the kind of neighborhood where people who've lived there for generations can stay. And so we have to be ever vigilant and ever mindful about that and make sure that the work that we're doing always is done through the lens of keeping people in their homes.
So on April 7th, we'll be unveiling the plan for the riverfront. So the idea is to really get people's impressions and let them guide us where we can make improvements. Or if there's things that we need to rethink or change, we have that opportunity to be able to do that.
What I would like to happen is for the meeting to engage the community to the best of their knowledge to make sure that they hear what the community is saying. They really have to be diligent about listening and integrate what their ideas and the community ideas and try to make it work.
I hope what EPD and the team bring to us is a realization in their planning of some of the comments that people have brought forward. I think they've done a good job thus far of reflecting that, so I'd like to see that continue and to come up with some new and fascinating ideas that really make sure that this doesn't feel like the North Shore, for example, or doesn't feel like Southside, that it really feels unique and reflects some of the visions of Hazelwood and what the community is.
I'm glad that I became chair somewhat so that I can be introduced to this type of thing. And now I understand the trees, I understand the water, I understand the infrastructure. I understand a lot now about my community that I live in that I'm glad I'm involved in. So yeah, this means a lot to me.